Hi, welcome to this gentle yoga class. We are going to take our time today to slow down and come through some really gentle postures. We are going to be predominantly down on our mats. We're not going to come to any standing poses. So join me and let's just move our bodies a little. So we're going to begin sitting cross-legged on our mats. So you can bring your legs in close, so you can take them a little further away from you. I'm choosing a little bit further away from me today because I don't want to be too bunged up. And I'm just going to bring my hands down onto my legs and just start to tune into the breath. You might like to gently close down the eyes here and just feel what it feels like to be breathing in your body today. Knowing with the breath there's no right or wrong, we're just observing and getting to know where it's at. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead, and as we exhale, we're going to drop the right hand down to the side, reaching the left arm over. Inhale up through center and exhale to the opposite side. Coming back through center as you inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale to the left. Beautiful. This time we're going to come up, and as we exhale, we're going to hold here on the right side. So really just lengthening up through that left side of the body. Your right elbow may still be lifted, or you can bring it to the mat, whatever feels best for you, but just taking your attention to keeping that left hip on the mat as well. Beautiful. On your next inhale, coming up through center and exhaling to the opposite side. So again, right arm is reaching overhead, feeling length up through that right side of the body, and left elbow can either be lifted or on the mat, whatever feels best for you today. Breathing into it. Then lifting up through center. Good. Rolling onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. So in tabletop, just checking where you are. So knees should be directly under our hips, hands under our shoulders. And as we inhale, we're going to take our right toes and tuck them under. And as we exhale, lifting the right foot off the mat. Taking that left arm out long. And breathing here. Turning that belly on ever so slightly to hold us here. On your next exhale, bend the elbow and bend that right knee and bringing them in towards one another, rounding through the spine. Reach it long on an inhale and exhale, knee and elbow meet. Inhale, stretching long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Moving with your breath here. Now taking it long, and one more time bringing the knee and the elbow to meet before reaching and holding. Beautiful. On your next inhale, drop the fingers, the left fingers to the left side of the mat, the right toes down, and exhale, reach. Inhale, drop the fingers, drop the toes. Exhale, lift. One more time. Beautiful. Then bringing that left hand to the mat, right knee to the mat. As you inhale here, tuck the left toes, send them back. Exhale, lift that left leg. Taking the right arm out long. Holding and pausing to breathe here. Gaze is coming down just to the mat below you, so our neck is long. On your next exhale, elbow and knee come together, rounding through the spine. Inhale and reach. Exhale, knee meets elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and round. 2 more times. Last one, reaching long, knee and elbow meet, then taking it long, holding, dropping the fingers and the toes, and lifting as you exhale. Inhale, drop the toes and the fingers. Exhale, lift. One more time. Beautiful. Dropping that right hand, dropping the left knee. Coming through tabletop. Now as you exhale, drop the belly, lifting the chest. Inhale here, and then exhale round through the spine. Coming through as you inhale, exhale, rounding. Looking forward, looking up. Flowing with your own breath here, dropping the belly as you inhale, exhale, round through the spine. Coming back through tabletop. Now from here we're going to lengthen that right leg back again. We're going to lift it, and as we exhale we're going to bring that knee in towards the nose and then step the right foot between the hands for a low lunge. So just take a moment to check here. Your knee is over your ankle. Taking a breath here, then becoming light on the fingertips, really opening that front of the chest towards the short side of the mat. This time we're going to inhale, lift our arms overhead, and exhale, bending at the elbows, opening through the chest. Getting eaten by sandflies here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, opening through the chest. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Round through the arms and drop them down to the mat. Ground down into that left hand. Open up to the right side for a twist. Gaze can come up at those top fingertips. Careful not to sink into that left shoulder. We want to lift up. And then dropping that right hand to the mat. Sinking those hips back towards that left foot, back towards the left heel. And lifting the right toes for half splits. Now as we inhale, you might walk your hands back a little. We're going to lengthen through the spine and exhale, fold over the leg. Two more breaths here. Coming back through that low lunge. And then stepping that right foot back to meet the left. Beautiful. Back to our tabletop position. Tucking the left toes. Sending that foot back. Lifting it. And as we exhale, round through the spine, bringing that left knee towards the nose. Stepping the left foot between the hands. Taking a breath here. Then on your next inhale, light on the fingertips as you open your chest towards the front of the mat. On your next inhale, reach the fingers up overhead. And exhale, bend at the elbows, open through the chest. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, open through the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open. And circling the hands down, bringing them back to the mat, grounding down through that right arm, opening up to the left side of the mat. Lifting up and out of that right hand. Then taking that left hand down to meet the mat, sinking the hips back over the right heel, lifting the toes of that left leg and maybe walking the fingers back a little bit. So you can keep a bend in that front leg. I often do because I'm a little bit tighter through the legs there. So as I inhale, I'm going to lengthen, and exhale, fold over the leg. Breathe in here. Now I'm going to apologise for losing count today. It's mostly because I'm being eaten by sandflies and it's distracting me. Rolling through that front foot and stepping back to a tabletop position. Beautiful. Now from here we're going to bring those hands, making sure they're back under the shoulders, and we're just going to take some hip circles. So dropping the belly, rounding through the spine as you come up. Just taking those circles one way and then the other. Now we're going to take these hip circles and we're going to move them a little differently. So this time we're going to take our right hip towards our right hand, coming through to the left and round and back. You might like to walk your hands forward a little bit for this one. Coming through for the front, exhaling back. As you inhale, taking the hips to the right, forward, through to the left, exhale back. You can make these as big or as small as you like, just moving in a way that feels good for your body. Now pause here and take them the opposite way. Coming back through center. Walking those hands back a little bit so you're in your tabletop position. And we're going to sink our hips back to our heels for child's pose. Now you can keep your legs together, or if you like, you can keep your big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and sinking down, resting the head on the mat, reaching the arms forward. On your next inhale, we're going to lift back up through that tabletop, walking those knees under the hips. And keeping those hips over the knees, we're going to begin to walk our arms forward for puppy pose. So hands are coming forward, chest and forehead are dropping towards the mat here. Making sure those knees are directly under the hips. Now you can keep your forehead here on the ground, or if you'd like to move a little deeper today, you might lift the forehead off the mat and bring the chin towards the ground. Then walking the hands back, lifting back into that tabletop position. Going to walk our knees a little further back here, bringing the hands down, walking the shoulders over the hands, and we're just going to lower down onto our bellies here. Bringing those elbows underneath the shoulders, and we're going to lift up for Sphinx. So gently tilting that tailbone underneath you towards the mat and grounding down through the hands as if you're trying to pull your mat in half. So grounding down into those hands, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears and opening through the chest. And then exhale, coming down, bringing the left hand down and the right hand on top, bringing the forehead to the hands. And then from here, we're going to keep our forehead on our hands, and we're just going to tilt that tailbone ever so slightly and lift the legs off the mat here. And release them down as you exhale. Inhale and lift the legs. Breathe in here a moment. Exhale, drop the legs to the mat. Inhale, lift. Then exhale, drop. This time we're going to take the arms out to a cactus arms, so directly out from your shoulders and then bending at the elbows. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the chest and the arms off the mat, keeping the legs firmly into the ground. So inhale and lift. Breathe in here. Keeping that gaze down at the mat in front of you. And then exhale, release, dropping one ear to the mat. On your next inhale, lifting the chest and the arms. Exhale, releasing opposite ear to the mat. On your next inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms. Exhale to the mat. Now the next time we're going to lift both the legs and the arms at the same time. So taking a lovely big inhale, prepping the body, and exhale. On your next inhale, lift up. Breathe in here. And exhale, release, taking the right hand under the left hand this time and placing the forehead on the hands. Bringing the hands alongside the chest and lifting up to sink your hips back into child's pose, this time keeping the knees together, sinking the hips back, resting the forehead on the mat, arms coming down beside you. And then lifting up through seated. We're going to take our legs out in front of us, lengthening up tall through the spine. Pausing here a moment. And then walking the legs wide. So this posture has to work for you because you know, everybody's different and everybody's going to come to a different level here. So my mum can get right down, but there is no way in hell that I can. So I'm just going to take my legs as wide as they feel okay. And then I'm going to lengthen up tall through my spine, and I'm going to exhale, walking my hands forward. And this is about as far as I'm going to go. Relax through the legs. And just breathe here. So many of the postures that we take in yoga really depend on our body types and the way we are made to how far we go into them. So really just listening to your body and only going to a space that feels good for you, because we are all different and we're not all going to look the same. And then walking the hands back up. Keeping the legs long, we're going to take our right arm down our right leg and reach our left arm up and over. Coming back to how we began with that side stretch through the left side of the body. Opening that chest up and out to the side rather than sinking over the leg. We're opening up. If you heard that noise, I don't know if the camera will pick up on that. It's just my fly spray squirting inside the house. Lifting up, and we're going to take it to the opposite side. So lengthening through that left arm, taking it long along that left leg, reaching the right arm up and over, opening through that right side of the body, and again lifting and opening through the chest. These sandflies really want to eat me today. Coming back up through center. Taking the hands underneath the knees and just walking the knees in. Beautiful. And then from here we're going to come down onto our back. So sinking back. Bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe rocking a little side to side. And then arms to a T, and we're going to take our right leg and cross it over our left leg. And we're going to drop our legs to the left side of the mat. Taking our gaze out over our right shoulder. Now if this doesn't feel good for you today, then just uncross the legs and allow them to drop to the left side. Breathe in here. And bringing those knees back through center, uncrossing the legs, bringing them in towards the chest, giving them a little hug in the center. Before releasing the legs, and then crossing the left leg over the right, dropping the legs to the right side. Taking that gaze out over the left hand and shoulder. Again, if it doesn't feel good for you here, just uncross the legs. And then lifting the knees back through center, bringing the knees back into the chest. And this time we're going to take our hands to the outside of the soles of the feet, sending the feet up towards the sky or the roof, and then bringing the knees into the underarms here. And we're going to just gently rock a little from side to side in happy baby. And then, when you're ready, find stillness here. Allowing the shoulders to drop towards the earth and the hips as well. And then bringing the knees back into the chest, giving them one last hug. Before taking the soles of the feet to the mat, lengthening the hips towards the back of the mat, and then lengthening the legs long, and taking the arms, palms facing up, down beside you. don't have to be directly beside you, but just in a relaxed state out from the body. Coming into your Shavasana here. I'm going to take some gentle movements through the fingers and the toes, making those movements a little bigger through the wrists and the ankles. And then stretching the arms overhead, reaching long, taking a lovely big stretch before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Just pausing here for a moment. Finding some gratitude for your day that you've had or that you're going to have. And then making your way up to seated. Once you are seated, bringing the palms together in front of the heart, honouring my favourite yoga teacher, Leslie Fightmaster, by bringing the hands to the forehead and reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions, and hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you liked this yoga practice, then please hit the like button. If you want more practices like this, or maybe not like this, maybe a few different ones in between, then hit subscribe for more yoga, maybe some breath work, some cooking, and different experiences I go on. I want to share it all with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.